So Zach, spring is here and people are always wanting that really green lawn, and I don't know how to do it, I'll be honest, and so I'm hoping maybe you can show us how to get the best lawn in the neighborhood.
Well, this is the most fun time of year for me because everyone starts to come outside and they start thinking about their lawn again. So the first thing that we do is we have a plan of action. We want to make sure that we know what we need to do at different times of the year so that we have that lawn that everybody envies in the neighborhood.
Okay.
The first thing that we do is our fertilizer program. We actually love to use the Tri-City program from Kaysville. It's a nursery down there.
Okay.
And they recommend the weed and feed. And what most people don't know
right
about,
out of the gate, you do it with the weed and feed.
yeah, the weed part of that explanation on the bag talks about a pre-emergent or an herbicide that's a granular that's in the soil that prevents weed seeds from growing.
Okay.
So then you have to deal with a whole lot less weeds in the future because it kills them before they grow.
Okay.
Then you can just spot spray during the year. The second is basically almost a high nitrogen content. The nitrogen in these three numbers, the 16-4-8, is what turns your lawn really green. The potassium and phosphorus are good. They're good for roots and they're good for the other aspects of growing the healthy grass, but everyone wants that green grass.
Yeah, that's the one
So
I always
then
used.
we go back to the weed and feed in late summer to all those late blooming weeds. It prevents those also from growing. You keep spot spraying your yard with a 2,4-D or a weed begone herbicide that you can get rid of all of your weeds and not have any. And then the last thing that we do is a fertilizer or a winterizer fertilizer that will help protect the lawn through the winter time, and it will provide the nutrients in the soil when it's dormant. Even though the grass isn't actively growing, it still needs some food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so is that all we do?
Nope, we need to go over here, and I brought some of the machines with us so that we can go through. This is called the dethatcher or the power rake, some people call it. And what it does is it pulls out the unused thatch layer of the grass. It's a part of the lawn between the blade of the grass and the roots that if it gets too thick, it prevents oxygen from going to the soil.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oxygen is a key ingredient in the soil, and because our clay content's so high here in Salt Lake and the outlining areas, that if you can get rid of that, it makes the grass easier to grow, and it allows it to thrive better.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And so now I always see these little plug things. I notice there's some there. Oh, here we go.
Everyone does it all year long. There's machines that go on that they'll plug out, little sections of the yard so that basically does what it says it does. It's an aerator. It provides air to the soil. Our clay content in the soil is highly compacted. So when it's highly compacted, it stresses the lawn out trying to extract the nutrients and extract the water from it. So when you do these programs, it helps provide that really green lawn that you're looking for.
Okay, good. Well, now what if we want to pot plants and stuff? What do we do?
Yeah, because right now it's spring. You may see a tulip or a daffodil come up, but there's not very many perennials or anything flowering.
Okay.
So what we can do, let's come over here and always just get the best potting mix that you can get. This is one that everyone knows, Miracle Grow. I mean, you can get it at any store locally. And I like to take out the top 3 to 4 inches and always put in new soil, because the flowers from last year have extracted all the nutrients from that old soil.
Ate it all up, right?
Yeah, and then you can put in your new flowers and you get instant color that way. And inevitably you'll get a late snowstorm here in Utah and you've got to cover them all. But then once you get past that, usually we like to plant after Easter. We're around Easter right now, so we've kind of got a little bit of a head start, but usually you're safe that way.
Well, there you have it. If you want to have that real green grass, pay attention what Zach says. He's a pro, and I believe what he's saying. And so thanks for coming on, buddy. Appreciate it.